Crystals. Of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Hi guys, how you doing? This is Sam, call me Greasy. And that's no joke, I do sometimes get called Greasy. That gag is that gag getting a bit old? But anyway, welcome to my live stream. So this is me doing Crash Bandicoot 2, as you can see, of a N Sane Trilogy, which was released last year, well, near the end of last year. And I'll explain the challenge in just a moment, after this little cutscene.
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
So yeah, this challenge is getting to the end of the game, so beating the last boss, well, get to the end boss, beat the last boss without losing a single life. And this is any percentage, so I don't have to get all the gems and everything else if I don't want to. I mean, let's face it, that it's going to take ages. But I just have to get to the end boss and beat the end boss without losing a single life. Now, it might sound straightforward, but believe you me, it's really difficult. And in fact, I've been trying this challenge for, I think, past few months now. But it is possible, as I will explain, because I did the same challenge on Crash Bandicoot 3 a few days ago, and I managed to get to the end of the game without losing a single life. And I managed to beat Cortex without losing a single life as well. What? No applause or anything? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I managed to complete that challenge. That in itself took a little while as well. But I'm sort of doing it at a level of difficulty. So Crash 3 is arguably the easiest because you know, you're getting all the power-ups as well to assist you. Crash 2 is sort of middle because you still got the sliding jump and the belly flop. But Crash 1, you haven't got any power-ups at all. So I think it's safe to assume that that's going to be the hardest. Because you don't get any power-ups. So yeah, that's the challenge. I have to get to the end of the game without losing a single life. Straightforward and sweet.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? There, Crash?
So I'm taking a bit of relaxation before a big event tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing a 10k run tomorrow to raise money for charity, and I get a feeling my legs are going to be aching after that. But hopefully I do well. This will actually be my 5th year doing the events. So we'll see how well I do. See if I can be my own time. But don't worry, I have been training in that time, been going to the gym, doing press-ups, doing the chin-ups, all that sort of stuff, and the treadmill as well. But I tell you what, doing the gym is actually quite good before going to work. But while we're on the subject of remastered games, I'm sure everyone is aware of it, but Spyro the Dragon is getting a remaster, which is coming out in September. I cannot wait. Aside from Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon is another PlayStation series that I played as a kid. 1, 2 and 3. I loved all them games. I still love playing the classics on the PlayStation 3. Just to clarify, that's not PlayStation 3 remasters, those are PlayStation 1 classics on the PlayStation Store. But I'm super excited for Reignited Trilogy. I think it's going to be awesome when it comes out. But it makes me wonder what other PlayStation 1 classics are going to be remastered. But before we go to that, I want to talk about the Reignited Trilogy actually. What if they added a feature like they did with Crash N Sane Trilogy? So in N Sane Trilogy you can play as Coco later on, which in Crash 2 we all know is when you get to the second warp room. But what if they added a similar feature in Spyro? That'd be quite interesting. And one character comes to mind. The Black Dragon Cinder from the Legend of Spyro series. Who was a villain on the first one, but then she became friends with Spyro and pals. But yeah, what if Cinder was a playable character in Reignited Trilogy? It might seem a bit bonkers, but hear me out. Chronologically, Legend of Spyro is before the events of the first Spyro game. So if you think about it, before the first Spyro game, Spyro knew Cinder. So that could work actually. Because also, if you think about it, Legend of Spyro series tells about the origins of Spyro and how Sparks' family basically did a Jungle Book sort of scenario. But I think Cinder being playable in the Spyro Reignited Trilogy is an interesting idea. If anyone from Toys for Bob is watching this, the developers, make it happen. Because that would be a very good choice. I don't know if anyone watching this would agree on that, but I think it would be an interesting feature. I mean, I did also think about other playable characters, like maybe Hunter, but then I thought, well, there's areas where Spyro has to glide pretty far.
crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Take note of that, because he said he was going to communicate after getting the 5th crystal. But just keep that in mind for later. I'm hoping I can get to the end of the game like I did with Crash 3. Because yeah, I did Crash 3 the other day and I got to the end of the game, beat the last boss without losing a single life. And some people on a Crash Bandicoot community thought it was completely impossible. Well, it isn't. I managed to do it. I don't know whether anyone else has attempted that or even succeeded, but there you go. I managed to do it. And that live stream is on my channel if you want to check it out. And you can watch all the way through the 1 hour 40 minutes of gameplay. And you can see not once did I lose a single life. I may have got hit on by and lost masks, but I didn't lose a single life. Which was quite an achievement. And it took months. And I'm hoping I can work the same magic with Crash 2. Crash 1 is going to be the hardest because you can't slide jump, you can't do double jump, you can't do any of that stuff. And if anyone has any other ideas of challenges I should attempt, whether it be Crash Bandicoot or Sonic the Hedgehog, Spyro the Dragon, let me know in the comments. I've already got a few ideas of what I could do for Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy. And it's going to be similar to my Sonic Mania Boss 1 series, which I'll explain after Brio's finished talking about getting the gems.
Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex,
leave your hair like that.
Sworn enemy, and I will do everything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
So yeah, one idea I've got for a challenge for Spyro Reignited Trilogy is a boss one with no damage. Yes, I know there's probably quite a lot of challenges like that, but I'm going to do a little twist on it. So do it without with no sparks shields. So one hit on it and I lose a life. But just to make it even more dramatic, I have one life left. And like I say, I did a similar challenge like that with Sonic Mania, and it's done quite well. Especially for Oil Ocean boss, that got quite a fair amount of views because people were saying how hard it is. And if anyone watches this, like Sonic Mania, check it out. I'm just trying to concentrate on this bit. I'm gonna like mucked up a few times. Yeah. I think it's time to point something out. Remember earlier, after I beat the 3rd level, Cortex says he's going to communicate with us after getting the 5th crystal. Well, check this out. Why is he communicating with us? He does it on the original, but he doesn't hear for some reason. But anyway, time to face Ripperoo. And I think we know what happens after I beat this guy. Oh dear. And if anyone looks closely, there's a cheeky Easter egg on the top right corner of the screen. One of the books says Crash, and it's the original logo of the first game, if you look closely. Whoa! You just gotta laugh the laughs of Ripperoo. But apparently it was changed from the original because the original used Lady and the Tramp laughs or something like that. So that's why he sounds slightly different. He's a professor and he's playing around with explosives. Not a very good teacher. Booyah! Sorry, Professor. Class is dismissed. I need to go to recess. So yes, indeed, you get to play as Coco Bandicoot after being the first World Queen. He wants to see me play as her.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them. And this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to go.
Okay. There's Coco. Do I want him to join the adventure? Yes, I do. And I'm so glad they kept this cheeky cheat on here. Sorry, Peter. I'm glad they kept that cheeky cheat there. And I'm actually glad they allowed us to play as Coco through the majority of the games. A feature that should have been in Crash Wrath of Cortex. I don't know if anyone who's watching this has played Wrath of Cortex, but on the back of the box it specifically says you can play as Coco through the whole game. But for some reason you can't. It was pretty much like Crash 3, it was only in certain levels. Woo! I have to say that was a nice shot. But I'm curious how she can keep hold of a laptop all the way through all this. So instead of a belly flop, we get a butt job. The butt job. That was close. Hopefully people watching this are enjoying the video so far. And if you like the content you're seeing, check out my other videos on my channel and hit the subscribe button as well if you want to. And again, if you have any suggestions of any other challenges I should try out, no matter how silly they might sound, let me know, and I'll try and do the challenge. Someone gave me the challenge of not getting any Wumpa fruits on Crash 2, but I find that's near to impossible, because like you saw earlier, some of the Wumpa fruits are just in really awkward places near the bonus stages. So I don't think it's going to be possible, I'm afraid. Someone also gave me a pacifist challenge, which I've done a few levels. Can you imagine if they added a very silly feature in Crash N Sane Trilogy and you could play as Spyro, and then in Reignited Trilogy you could play as Crash Bandicoot? How funny would that be? Now another feature which they removed from the N Sane Trilogy was a bit weird is if anyone watching this has played the original games, do you remember when you bounce on two enemies at the same time, well, one after the other, and you get Wumpa fruits? Well, they removed that from this game for some reason. They did keep the one where you, if you spin an enemy into another enemy, you get Wumpa fruits, but for some reason when you bounce on more than one enemy, you don't get any Wumpa fruits. Bit weird, but not something I'm going to cry home about, because it's still an amazing game nonetheless. But what other PlayStation 1 game are they going to remaster next? I know a game they should remaster. Quack, Legend of the Gobos. That would just be an amazing game. Wait, didn't I have two masks earlier? But yeah, Quark the Legend of the Gerbers, that would be an interesting one. Or even Gran Turismo. Or how about the first 3 Tekken games remastered? That would look amazing. Okay, I don't know why that sort of happens. So when I finished the level, it looked like I only had 1 mask, but I've got 2. Now this level I screwed up a few times, so bear with me if I don't talk as much. Just hoping I can do this. Yes. That was the bit I screwed up a few times. But let's not get cocky. Yes. Done it. And I'm glad they kept the sound effects from Crash Bash for Polar Bear on that one, which was pretty sweet. Oh great, another bolted one. Ouch. Does anyone else find it weird that you lose the masks on these levels, but when you get to Unbearable, you don't lose it? Seems a bit weird. my favourite sort of levels. Pursuit levels. These are my favourite sort of levels. Let's see if I can... Yeah! Guess I'm his #1 fan. Yeah. And now I get to face the Komodo brothers.
You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Time to face the Komodo brothers. Direct attacks don't hurt him. Strike. I'm spinning around. Hey, I'm the master of spinning around here. Oh. Yeah. Booyah. Second boss done. Next warp room.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your mettle. But now's not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
Well, that didn't help. But that does. Have to be careful now.
looking space station. I'm not sure, but Cortex might be trying to...
Another bear level. Hopefully I don't screw this one up. Hopefully anyone who's watching this is enjoying the content. Yeah, I did it. World to Ruin. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's the... Okay, that was just embarrassing. Unfortunately, that is the end of the challenge, so, hope anyone who's watching this enjoyed it. I will attempt this challenge again soon. But until then, thank you for watching. Check out my channel, if you like what you've seen, and hit the subscribe button as well. Until then, bye for now. And Coco's just answering the phone.